Coming up on today's wrestling news, a WWE Hall of Famer returning at SummerSlam.
Becky Lynch is gonna kind of be at Money in the Bank.
Impact Tease huge debuts and returns at Slammiversary this weekend.
And Hamflet, Walter has injured his hand, but we don't know if it's kayfabe or not.
And bonus news, razors and promotions are back in WWE. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And it's me, it's BRT.
And this is the news. Right, let's dive straight in to that huge story breaking overnight regarding a Hall of Famer reportedly returning at SummerSlam, and it is one Bill Goldberg. This is according to Fightful Select. The plan is to have Goldberg challenge Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. According to reports, he's going to show up on Raw, I was going to say tomorrow night. No, the Raw after Money in the Bank to set up the match with Lashley. That, of course, will be the first Raw back with fans. Goldberg last year, of course, revealed that he is contractually obliged to do 2 matches per year until next year, I believe. And this would be his second match of 2021. After he obviously lost that match with Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble. SummerSlam scheduled to take place just over a month's time, August 21st, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Could be a huge show. I was hoping, if I'm honest, Ben Roy, for this to be Brock Lesnar. But Goldberg, he's a big hard bastard for Bobby Lashley to chuck about, I suppose.
Yeah, these guys, look, as Big E once said, sometimes I'm just here for some meat. And I want to see some big men slap some meat, and that's a terrible Big E impression. But bring Goldberg in if he's gonna if he beats Bobby Lashley. I want to throw up. But if he's just they're gonna have a decent slap about, and then Lashley wins, and then the Almighty era continues. Here for it. Why not? Because you can save someone like in the chamber, like Brock Lesnar, because at the moment he's like in the wild somewhere with a ponytail eating big animals, and I think he's making sure like the last of every like species is going extinct. So let him do that because he's eating things. But if Goldberg's just gonna have a big slap about with Lashley, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. We've talked about, and we'll talk about in a second, more huge matches seemingly in the pipeline for WWE. Look, Goldberg divides opinion. He'll divide opinion in the comment sections. But like you say, I think he can play a role as long as he does not get the victory over Bobby Lashley. That's the last thing they need. Bobby Lashley could really be made by a victory over someone like Goldberg on a big stage like that. Just don't have him headbutt any doors before he comes out. But segging into your first story, Ben Roy, that's not the only big return we could be seeing in the next few days.
No, someone who doesn't headbutt doors. One Becky Lynch is rumoured to be backstage at Money in the Bank. So this, we know that in the swirling sphere of wrestling news, as crowds open up, and then as someone like The Rock tweets congratulations to Vince, everyone goes, "Oh, what's going on?" But Becky Lynch remained kind of quiet since she's had her first kid, which should be take all the time you need to just to have a bit of a normal life. Just do what you want, but at the same time, I think some of us are crying out for Becky Lynch to return, crying out, and also respectfully crying out, I should say. And and she's going to be backstage at Money in the Bank, reported, but there's no word that she will return. Let's hope if she did return them at Money in the Bank, they don't just do the Lesnar thing where, but by the way, you're in the match now, and we're just changing the rules.
Oh no,
and that sort of thing. And as long as they bring Becky Lynch back in sort of like, I'm the effing man, get out my way, I'm just going to knock you out, then I'm here for it. What about you?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, I remember people saying in like January, she could come back and win the Rumble. She'd literally had a kid like the month before. Give her time. This, for me, or more importantly, like you said, for her, if this is the right time, great, fantastic to see her back. Look, wrestling's getting good again. It hasn't been necessarily bad, but it's getting exciting again. AEW did like 1 million viewers on Wednesday night. Yeah. That's great news. We've got Money in the Bank. We've got fans coming back. WWE are basically going to start trying by the sounds of things. And Becky Lynch, as you say, no confirmation she's going to show up on Money in the Bank, but she is going to be backstage, and they've got a very iffy feud going on right now with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, and I don't know who I'm supposed to cheer. And having her come back maybe at Money in the Bank and confront the winner of that match maybe that's going to be the case. But yeah, she doesn't need to be holding the Money in the Bank match. That would arguably diminish what she offers. She's a champion. She left as a champion. She just handed the belt to Asuka. So yeah, bring her back and have her immediately be put into the title picture. Look, SummerSlam. I know I keep fantasy booking these mad matches, but it is looking like they're going just bonkers on that card.
Let me fantasy book this. Like, Rhea Ripley finally destroys Charlotte Flair. Like, is just mutilating her body. I don't know. She's like breaking her legs, and all of a sudden Becky Lynch comes out like, "What are you doing, mate? Come on!" And then Becky Lynch is playing like, you know, the babyface, trying like save like one of her biggest rivals, but also like longest friends in the WWE era. At least I don't know what they did before that. I'm not psychic, but then she just like trying to save her, and then this instigates the whole Rhea and Becky feud that, frankly, I think we could probably live off for the rest of the year if they did it right. So.
Exactly, yeah, and it would just be good to just know, right, okay, Rhea Ripley's the person I'm supposed to boo in all this, because I want to cheer her over Charlotte Flair, but she's not really giving me any reason. They've really booked her poorly since they brought her up to the main roster, aside from that amazing appearance in the Royal Rumble. But let's continue, because we've got lots more debuts and returns to talk about. Now let's turn our attention to Slammiversary. It goes down this weekend, and Impact Wrestling last night teased some big things happening. Basically, what it was, the Knockouts champion, Deonna Purrazzo, was signing a contract for her match on Saturday against an opponent she doesn't know. And Executive Vice President Scott D'Amore, as he was signing the contract, said this, Ben Roy: "I know sometimes things around here get to be a little bit of a hot mess, but Slammiversary is truly going to be iconic. We're in Nashville here, might be a little hardcore country." Now, just to break that down, that is... well, it's like a Kinder Surprise. 3 teasers in one. The hot mess thing refers to Laurel Von Ness, better known, of course, sorry to you and I, as Chelsea Green in WWE. She was in Impact for a couple of years back in 2016 and held the Knockouts Championship. The phrase, apologies, Ben Roy, just be careful of your ears. Oh God, that was big today. Oh, missed them. Of course, refers to the former Peyton Royce and Billy Bloody Kay, Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay. They were obviously released from WWE in April because WWE don't realise what they have on their hands half the time. Their 90-day no complete, just like Chelsea Green, has expired, so they could be showing up, and they've been talking recently about sticking together as a tag team and basically saying goodbye to their former characters on social media. And the hardcore country reference is, of course, Mickie James and her her music single Hardcore Country, which was released, say it with me, Ben Roy, on her 2013 album Somebody's Gonna Pay.
Somebody's Gonna Pay.
She's obviously got a history in Impact Wrestling as well, and these 4 would be sensational signings for Impact Wrestling. They're doing great things at the moment.
Yeah, from Somebody's Gonna Pay to Somebody's Gonna Get Their Ass Kicked. I reckon if they all were in that match together, it would be not a hot mess. It'd be like one of the better things that we could have this year. To be fair, Chelsea Green came into Impact like when I had retired myself from watching the show, so I've not really seen her much in the ring. If anything, I've just seen the great memes she can post on Twitter and things like that. The Iconics, I think I have to be a big fan of them because I was there when they won the titles, and I was at the epicenter of the weird explosion that happened there of like just rage that day. And Mickie James has placed my heart because she just was awesome, especially after Trish Stratus retired, and she sort of took the mantle of like lead woman in the company for a while, and I'm always going to be here for Mickie James. And so this just sounds like a perfect concoction of just trying to shake up. I don't even know if their division needs shaking up because I honestly don't watch the show each week. I just see clips, so we'll see. And all these names are promising. WWE don't know what they have sometimes, and even though they do, what they do is they put it in the trash bag and go, see you later.
Yeah, for all 4 women who should not have been released by WWE because they can offer so much, especially someone like Mickie James, who they just dismissed, like the trash bag stuff aside. They just didn't utilise her. It's like, we need a title challenger for Asuka. Let's have Zelina Vega. I love Zelina Vega, and she, was great in that role. I was like, Mickie James is right there, and they've got a great history from when they worked together in NXT. But regardless, they're going to be great for Impact Wrestling. Keeping the former Iconics together as a tag team is the right thing to do. And I just can't wait for Slammiversary. It's a hell of a weekend to look forward to.
Yes, and from Slammiversary to just NXT UK, because there's no other better segue than that. So we all know Walter has been dominating NXT UK for what seems like most of our lives. He kind of like, if you go back from like, he left our old company Defiant after being a dominant man who was eventually defeated by a bubble wrap, I'm pretty sure, and then he went on to just crush it in NXT UK, and he's wisely stayed in NXT UK because you feel like if he would go to the main roster, he would end up selling like, I don't know, schnitzel or something, because that's what that's how they would book him, because that's like, what can we do? Well, I don't know. We had Concessions Kane. We have Concessions Ryback at some point, Ryback, but Walter. You know what I mean? But yeah, Walter is. They announced that he's injured his hand, but we don't know if it's real or not yet. I think this thanks to Wrestling Inc. But no one actually knows if it's kayfabe. I'm not saying professional wrestling's fake, so just leave me alone with that. No. But I don't know. We don't know if it's kayfabe or not. If it is a legit injury, this man only has a few matches, big ones a year, and they're always awesome. So just. They could have just escaped this. If they do a thing where they take the belt off him after this how many days, I'm unprepared, I don't know how many days it is, I'm very sorry. But if they do that and take the belt off this man now, and when he's going to have another great match with Dragunov, then you're doing it wrong. I think Hunter, the Hearst Helmsley, has a plan.
Yes, exactly. They described it as a severe injury, which got me very worried. But like you said, I still think, obviously, Ilya Dragunov's sensational as well. And another one of those matches, 5 stars last time, of course. Great stuff. And they're working on that storyline over in NXT UK. I still think he could murder half the people in NXT UK with one hand.
And WWE, just the main roster.
Yeah. But like you say, we don't know, how much this is kayfabe and how much this isn't. But hopefully he can keep going, because this reign of his is absolutely ridiculous.
830 days.
And,
you don't take the belt off him when it's not defended every month. Come on, we need to know what you're doing
exactly. And but another match with him and Dragunov, would be absolutely great. Quick final story for you today, with PW Insider reporting yesterday that WWE corporate employees learned that raises and promotions had been reinstated. They had a big all-hands meeting basically in WWE, and a PW Insider source also reported the implication was that a big part of the staff would be receiving raises in the days and weeks ahead. This comes off the back of a promotion and raise freeze that came about in February. I mean, not really a lot to say about this, Ben Roy, but just, good news for WWE's corporate employees.
Yeah, I mean, if a company is making profits, and especially the best profits ever, then if you're freezing wages, what are you doing, man? I mean, like, we all know you're doing that secret sort of like, peacocking around. Oh, that's a reference where you're trying to buy me. But at the same time, come on, especially if you're out the door, give loads of people a cheeky wage for working so hard last year and getting through this thing, and then just, be nice.
Yeah, share the love, exactly. Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions. At WhatCulture WWE, of course, if you want to get in touch with us. First question today comes from Jake King. He said, so I made my first comment on an IWC post today, and wow, that was a mistake. When was the first time you realised how mad the IWC could be? Internet wrestling community, for those unaware. Ben Roy, the dangers of talking wrestling online. Have you experienced it?
Yeah, but I tried to stay out like weird discourse, because most of the people online, they're real, but they're not their real selves, so they're just going to be an idiot anyway. You're never going to win any discourse, anything on the internet, because someone will always be there forever. Like, what about the Attitude Era? Or, oh, that's fake, and stuff like that. So, sorry to harp your thing there, but I think my first time ever was... we had it wasn't like legit wrestling talk, but we had this like kayfabe sort of like wrestling storyline on MySpace forums when I played the role of Darth Taker. I'm just going to stop it there, but I photoshopped a lightsaber in Undertaker's hand, and that was it. So.
Well, this requires an entire video for this channel, so we'll put that to one side. I think my first taste of it, genuinely, I don't really remember getting into too many fights on like forums growing up. I just sort of read it and was very much a lurker. Probably my first experience of the internet wrestling community was joining WhatCulture and being called Adam. But let's move on to the second question of the day from Cameron Beadle, who says, "Morning, legends. What do you think about Big E winning Money in the Bank on Sunday, then Kofi losing his match with Lashley later, so E can then successfully cash in on Lashley and celebrate with a New Day for the first pay-per-view in front of fans?" Have a great day, guys. You have a great day, Cameron. A lot of booking around Money in the Bank and the cash in and the WWE Championship. What do you reckon to this one, Ben Roy?
I approve anything where Big E wins the belt. Like, keep Lashley's run going for a bit longer. Why not? Because I never thought we'd actually get like a dominant reign out of him. I'm not gonna lie, when he was going for the belt back after he had like lost the ECW title back in the day, one, I thought it was too soon, and two, I was a bit young, so I want Undertaker to always be champion, sort of thing. And sort of thing. But get E in that picture, and if that happens like that, perfect transition. And then after that, he can have, I don't know, Drew can probably just try and fight him again.
Goldberg can confront him on Raw, and then we get the match. So yeah, great booking that, Cameron. God, I hope Big E wins that briefcase on Sunday. Right, final question today comes from Jonathan Johnson, who says, hello, do you guys think that Vince McMahon will kick off SmackDown on July 16th, that's today, to get the live audience pumped up for the show? How do you reckon tonight starts, Ben Roy?
I wonder how his face is looking, if he needs another edition of something to hold it back. It really depends if his face is falling off or not. I don't know.
The
it
first
would be good,
person out tonight. Yeah, I mean, it's
I got chills at WrestleMania.
Yeah, there's something that's still there about Vince. It's still Vince, for as much as we bitch and moan about him all the time. I'm guilty as anyone else about that. But I think the first person out tonight with fans to get that reaction deserves to be Roman Reigns. Get him out there. Get Edge out there. Oh, yes. Please, fans are back. We survived it, Ben Roy.
Yes.
And let's conclude with today's. And finally, I just want to say to Bayley, get well soon. She tweeted a photo of herself in a hospital bed for her ACL surgery saying, can't wait to miss the first show in front of fans again. I blame you for this. Thanks a lot. Obviously staying in character. Bayley is and has been one of the best things about WWE over the past couple of years, and it's going to be a shame to lose her for 9 months, but it's always one of those things where someone goes away and then when they come back, oh, I've missed you so much. But more importantly than anything, I suppose, Ben Roy, from all of us here at WhatCulture, get well soon, Bayley.
Yeah, I mean, Bayley carried parts of this company on her back for so long through the pandemic era, and she was entertaining all the way through. Can only wish her the best. And from one excellent heel to another, here's mine finally, because I'm not going to be on the news probably next week for a little while. Here's JBL. Look at these ripples through his skin as the Animal Batista just slamming him on the stairs. I just want you to all see that. There's the wrestling god. Now we're gonna end, I think.
He's gone completely rogue. But I mean, to be honest, any excuse to show that photo to people, I'll allow, you know. Let us know your thoughts on that and all today's news stories in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from for daily wrestling podcasts. Got the SmackDown preview. Fans are back a little bit later on. And the Money in the Bank preview of WrestleCulture, complete with the hashtag Bloody Good Quiz. Plus, let us know your thoughts and Twitter questions on Twitter. You can tweet us at WhatCultureWWE. And watch there, follow both of us. You can follow Ben Roy at
Ben Roy Turner.
And you can follow me at Adam Wilborn. As I said, follow us all at WhatCultureWWE. But for now, my thanks to Ben Roy. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.
I can't believe Andy had haggis in a lasagna.